Hello, dear listener, and welcome to the Lazy Lion Stories, where tales drift like clouds and sleep comes gently, like the turning of a page. Tonight, I invite you to join me in stories from the Isles of Ireland. But first, let's take a moment to rest your body and quiet your mind. This time is just for you. There's nothing you need to do, nowhere else you need to be. You've made it through another day. And now it's time to come home to yourself. Take a long, gentle breath in. Feel the air filling your chest slowly. And now, breathe out with a soft sigh. Again, inhale, smooth and deep, and exhale, letting go. Feel the weight of your body begin to settle. The mattress supports you. The pillow cradles your head. The soft pull of gravity holds you, grounds you, and keeps you safe. Now bring your attention to your feet. Let them soften. Relax your ankles, your calves. Feel your legs grow heavy, as if they're melting into the bed. Let the calm rise to your hips. Feel your lower back release. Soften your belly. Let go of any tension you didn't know you were carrying. Now your chest. Feel it gently rise and fall like waves on a quiet shore. Release your shoulders. Relax your neck. Unclench your jaw. And let your tongue rest gently. Soften the muscles around your eyes. Smoothen your brow. Your face is calm. Your breath is easy. There's nothing to fix, nothing to change. Just be here. In this quiet moment, you are safe, you are warm, and you are ready to rest. Let your breath slow. Let it become light and effortless. If a thought floats by, just notice it and let it drift away like a feather on the wind. You're ready now for a journey, one filled with magic and wonder, a story whispered from ancient hills and seas of deepest green. So settle in and let the world grow soft and still, and allow me to take you to a place beyond time. Long ago, in the soft, forgotten folds of time, when the veil between worlds was thin as morning mist, there lived a young warrior named Oisín. He was the son of Fionn MacCumhail, leader of the Fianna, a band of noble-hearted warriors who roamed the Emerald Hills of Ireland. Oisín, though brave in battle, was known more for his gentle heart and for the way he spoke poems like songs spun from sunlight and sorrow. He walked often through quiet forests, where light filtered through tall oaks like golden rain. He listened to rivers as if they whispered secrets. and in the twilight hours, he'd gaze across the sea, his soul stirred by dreams he could not name. And it was on such an evening, when the sky turned lavender and the wind carried the scent of heather and salt, that something changed. Through the golden haze of sunset, a white horse rode across the waves, as though the sea itself had turned to glass. Its mane shimmered like starlight, and upon its back sat a woman, radiant, mysterious, impossibly beautiful. Her hair flowed like liquid gold. Her gown shimmered with colors not seen in any earthly rainbow. When she looked at Oisín, her eyes held the depth of oceans and the weight of ancient dreams. She spoke his name like a melody. Oisín, she said softly, son of Fionn, I have come for you. She was Niamh Chin Oa, Niamh of the golden hair, princess of a realm beyond mortal time. Tír na Nog, the land of eternal youth. There, she said, no one grows old, no sorrow touches the soul, and winter never comes. She spoke of trees that sing, lakes that hold the stars, and gardens where flowers bloom forever in spring. She reached out her hand, glowing in the light of the setting sun. Come with me, Oisín, she whispered, to a place where time is only memory, and joy never fades. Without a word, Oisín climbed onto the white horse behind her. As he did, the world seemed to exhale, gently, softly. They rode out across the sea. The horse's hooves left no splash, only ripples of silver light. Above them, the sky deepened, revealing stars so near, it felt as though the heavens had drawn close. They passed islands of mist, where ghostly figures danced in silence. The air was filled with the scent of jasmine and fire. They rode through auroras and floating mountains, beneath arches of glowing stone. And when Oisín first saw Tír na Nog, his breath caught. It was a land alive with beauty. Meadows glowed with soft light. Flowers opened like lanterns at night. Trees stretched so high their branches brushed the stars. The rivers did not run. They sang. Their waters shimmered with every color Oisín had ever dreamed, and some he never knew. Bright birds flew overhead, leaving trails of golden dust. The air smelled of honeysuckle and rain-warmed earth. Laughter echoed in the distance, gentle, musical, carefree. Here, there was no pain, no fear, only peace, soft as a lullaby. And Oisín was happy. He danced beneath crystal moons, rode through fields that never faded, and each night lay beneath stars that hummed like harps. He did not age. He did not tire. He was in love with Niamh, with this place, with the endless dream of it all. But even in paradise, a quiet voice sometimes stirs. As time passed, or what felt like time, Oisín began to hear echoes of his past. The rustle of Irish leaves in autumn, the laughter of friends, the call of the Fianna, the song of his homeland. One evening, beneath a sky of deep purples and rose, he turned to Niamh. "Let me see my people," he said, "just once more. Let me look upon the green hills of Ireland." Niamh's eyes softened, though worry flickered within them. "I will let you go," she whispered, "but you must promise. Never touch the earth. Stay on the horse. If you step down, time will return, and it will find you." He promised. With one last kiss, he rode away, alone this time, across the shimmering sea of memory. When the mists parted and Ireland came into view, Oisín's heart fell still. The trees were older, the hills quieter. The people did not know his name. The Fianna were gone. Their stories only legend. 300 years had passed. Oisín reached down to help some villagers move a stone. In that moment, his saddle strap broke. He tumbled to the ground, and as his feet touched the earth, time came rushing back. His youth vanished, his strength faded, his hands grew worn, his hair turned silver. He had become an old man in a world that no longer remembered him. But Oisín did not weep. He looked upon the land he had loved, still beautiful beneath the changing sky. He closed his eyes and let the wind carry him, not with sadness, but with peace. He had loved deeply. He had lived fully in this world and the next. And in that quiet moment, Oisín smiled. He closed his eyes and rested in the arms of both the past and the eternal. And as silence settled over the land, sleep returned. Softly, gently, like mist over water, like a song remembered. And now, our story comes to a close, like the final notes of a lullaby, floating away on the breeze. But your journey doesn't end here. You're still held in the warmth of this moment, safe, at peace, and ready to drift even deeper into rest. Take a long, slow breath in and gently let it go. Feel your body sinking deeper and deeper into the bed beneath you. There is nothing you need to do now, nowhere to be, just this quiet, just this stillness and the comfort of being exactly where you're meant to be. If your mind is still holding on to the story, that's okay. Let the echoes of ancient magic and golden light drift like mist through your thoughts. Let them fade softly, like morning dew in the sun. Feel your feet warm and heavy, your legs relaxed and still, your arms loose and weightless, your chest rising and falling slowly like the tide on a distant shore. Let the hush of night wrap around you like a soft blanket. You are cradled in calm, you are loved, and everything is okay, even if sleep hasn't come just yet. That's all right. You're resting, you're healing, and sleep will come in its own perfect time. The stars are high above you, shining just for you. The world is quiet now, and your body knows what to do. So gently now, let go, sink deeper, and allow yourself to relax and let go. And now I bring you a timeless tale from the Emerald Hills of Ireland, a story of love, resilience, and the quiet strength of family. Let the soft rhythm of this ancient legend guide you into a peaceful rest. Now close your eyes if you wish. Take a deep breath and let us begin. The tale of the Children of Lir. Imagine a land long ago, where emerald hills rolled like soft blankets and ancient forests whispered secrets to the wind. In this enchanted land stood a shimmering lake, still and quiet under a silver moon. This is where our story begins. Once upon a time, in the Emerald Hills of Ireland, there lived a noble king named Lir. He had 4 beloved children, Fionnuala, the eldest and kind-hearted sister, and her 3 brothers, Aod, Fiachra, and Corn. They laughed together, played among wildflowers, and danced in the golden light of every sunset. Their stepmother, Aoife, was a woman of sharp beauty, but a heart clouded by jealousy. Seeing the love King Lir had for his children made shadows grow within her. And so, one fateful day, she led the children to a serene lake, its surface like a polished mirror. "Come, my dear ones," she said softly, her voice like the wind through dry leaves. "Let us bathe in the cool water." But as the children waded into the lake, Oif raised her arms and spoke ancient words of magic. A shimmer, a flash of cold light, and where once stood 4 children, now floated 4 elegant swans. Their white feathers gleamed in the moonlight, and their eyes, though still bright, held the sorrow of their fate. "You will remain swans," Aoife said, her voice trembling with power. "For 900 years, 300 on this lake, 300 on the stormy sea of Moyle, and 300 more on the quiet waters of Iris Domnan. Only when you hear the ringing of a Christian bell will you be free." The wind sighed through the reeds as Oif disappeared into the night. But the children, though swans in form, were still gentle, kind, and loving in spirit. Their voices, like music carried on the breeze, sang songs of love and hope across the water. Every day, the lake became their home. The sun rose golden, warming their feathers, and the moon bathed them in silver light. Time passed like the soft ticking of a distant clock. The lake, still and clear, became their refuge. Fionnuala would glide gracefully across the water, her wings shimmering in the sun. Her brothers followed closely behind, their movements calm and steady. The seasons changed, painting the lake in hues of green, gold, and frost white, but the swans remained. At night, they would gather near the shore, their voices rising in song, a melody of longing and hope. Sometimes travelers passing by would hear the faint, sweet strains of their song, carried on the wind, and pause to listen, their hearts filled with an unexplainable sadness. When 300 years had passed, the swans spread their wings and flew to the Sea of Moyle, where waves crashed and winds howled. The water was cold, and storms shook the sky. Rain fell like silver needles, and the sea roared beneath them. "Stay close, my brothers," Fionnuala would sing into the wind. "For no storm can break the bond we share." In the heart of winter, when the sea froze in jagged shards of ice, Fionnuala would wrap her wings around her brothers to keep them warm. They endured the cold and the storms, their spirits unbroken, their love unwavering. When the sky cleared and the sun returned, they would rise together, their white wings flashing like light on the water. Despite the hardships, the bond between them grew ever stronger. After 3 more centuries, their wings carried them to the quiet waters of Iris Domnan. Here, the world was softer. The waters were still, the skies open and wide. The swans floated peacefully, their reflections perfect on the glassy surface of the lake. Here, they found rest. The gentle hum of insects, the soft rustle of leaves, and the distant call of birds were their only company. The stars at night became their lanterns, and the moon their companion. Time passed like a dream, and the swans grew tired. They longed for an end to their enchantment. One soft morning, as dawn painted the sky in hues of rose and gold, a gentle sound floated across the still air, the ringing of a bell. The swans' feathers began to shimmer and fade. Slowly, gracefully, they transformed back into their human forms. But time had woven its threads deeply, and they were now old and weary, their lives nearly spent. A kind monk found them on the shore and wrapped them in warm cloaks. He took them to his home, where they rested in peace. And as the sun dipped below the horizon one final time, the Children of Lir closed their eyes and drifted into a gentle, eternal sleep, free at last. It is said that if you stand by a still lake at dusk and listen closely, you can hear the faint, sweet song of the Children of Lir carried on the breeze, a melody of love, resilience, and peace. Now let the image of those serene swans floating on moonlit waters stay with you. Breathe deeply. Let your thoughts drift away like feathers on a gentle breeze, and surrender to the calm embrace of your bed. And now, with your body still relaxed and your mind open and calm, let me tell you another tale, one that echoes through the ages of ancient Ireland. A tale of ambition, courage, and the fierce spirit of a young hero. This is the story of the Tainbo Kuwailnge, the great cattle raid of Cooley. In the mists of ancient Ireland, in a time when gods still whispered and warriors carved their names into the wind, there lived a queen whose name stirred awe and fear across the land. Her name was Med-Erby, ruler of Connaught, a province rich in legend and pride. Queen Medb was not content to rule. She needed to be equal or better than her husband, King Ailill. One evening, as they lay on silken cushions, laughing and comparing their wealth, the mood shifted. They tallied treasures, from golden goblets and fine silks to warriors and horses, and all seemed balanced, until Ailill mentioned his prized possession, Finn Benachan, the great white-horned bull. Medb's pride flared. She could not bear to be outmatched by her husband in anything. She demanded to find a bull equal or greater than Ailill's. Her messengers scoured Ireland and beyond until they found it. The mighty Don Quelnge, the brown bull of Cooley, a beast of ancient power and fury, grazing peacefully in the province of Ulster. Medb first tried diplomacy, offering riches and land to the bull's keeper. But when her demands were denied, her heart grew hard. "I will take it," she declared, "by might, if not by right." So she gathered an army, kings, champions, mercenaries, and magic wielders from every corner of Ireland. They marched toward Ulster, banners high and swords ready. Her ambition rolled like a storm cloud across the land. But Ulster was not defenseless, though it was under a strange and terrible curse. Whenever the province was threatened, its warriors would fall into a deep and helpless sleep, writhing in labor-like agony, a punishment from the goddess Marcha, who had once been wronged by an Ulsterman. All were struck down, except one. A young hero, not yet a man in years, but already a legend in spirit. Cu Chulainn, son of Lugh the Long-Armed, raised by druids and trained in combat beyond mortal skill. His name meant Hound of Culann, but he was more than a god. He was a storm in human form. As Medb's forces swept through Ulster, only Cu Chulainn rose to face them. But he did not fight blindly. With honor older than kings, he invoked the ancient rite of single combat. Each day, one of Medb's champions would face him in fair duel at the fords of Ulster. And so began the blood-sung days of battle. First came Nath Crantail, a braggart with a spear of flame. He fell swiftly. Then came warriors of renown, Loch MacMophamis, a proud champion. Ferdia, Cu Chullainn's own foster brother, trained in the same arts by the warrior woman Scarthash. The duel with Ferdia was long and harrowing. Day after day, they met in the shallow ford, neither yielding. They knew each other's strengths and sorrows. Their battle was one of love, twisted by duty. On the final day, Cu Chulainn cast the Gay Bolga, a barbed spear known only to him, taught by Scathach herself. It entered Ferdia's body and spread like thorns. Ferdia fell. Cu Chulainn wept. Even Medb, watching from afar, felt a shadow of pity in her warrior's triumph. As the days passed, Cu Chulainn grew pale and thin, wounded in body and spirit, yet he fought on. The land around him was soaked in myth and sorrow. Medb, sensing the boy's weariness, sent tricksters and enchantresses to beguile him. but none could break his spirit. At last, the warriors of Ulster awoke, their curse lifted. With a roar like thunder, the Red Branch Knights rode into battle, their chariots shaking the sky. The final clash was chaos and thunder, steel on steel, magic in the air, cries of victory and despair echoing across hills. Medb's army faltered. The bull was driven off in the confusion, fleeing back to Connaught. But the tale was not done. For when Don Quailanger reached Connaught, he met Finnbenach, Ailill's white bull. The two beasts clashed in a thunderous duel that cracked the earth. They bellowed, charged, and locked horns in the fields of Cruachan. The sky darkened, trees trembled, the world watched. In the end, Don Quailnge triumphed, goring his rival and carrying parts of him across Ireland in a mad, grief-stricken journey before collapsing from his wounds. Medb, though she had crossed the whole of Ireland and unleashed an army, gained nothing. Her pride cost thousands their lives. But from it rose a hero, Cú Chulainn, the Hound of Ulster, who stood alone and bent the arc of legend toward his name. And so the tale of the Tyne lives on, whispered by wind through heather, and sung by firesides when night grows deep. And now, dear one, let the echoes of ancient Ireland fade softly into the night. The hills are quiet once more, the warriors at rest, the story a gentle hush across the land. Let your breath deepen as if you've walked a long journey and have come to a place of peace. Feel the warmth of your blanket like a cloak laid upon a hero's shoulders. There is nothing more to do, nowhere else to be. The battles are done, the songs are sung. Let sleep come to you gently, like mist rolling over the hills of Cooley, wrapping you in stillness, in safety, and in dreams that carry you far beyond the reach of time. Let the last embers of story fade to quiet light. The world is still, and you are home.